What's up everyone? Welcome back or welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sasha and I'm a study abroad student here in London. The week that this is going up, when you're watching, is my last week here in London, and that is absolutely insane to say. These 4 months have flew by just super fast and I can't believe this is my last week here. But I have a lot of things that I wish I knew before I came here, and I decided to make this video. I asked my flatmates what they wish that they knew before coming here, and I made my own list, and I decided to share it with you just in case anyone wants to study abroad in London or even want to like visit or move to London. Maybe something will help you in this video, and I really hope something does. But yeah, let's get right into the video. So the first one on the list is don't expect to love it within the first 2 weeks. At first you'll be homesick and experience culture shock. The more you get out and about, the faster you'll feel comfortable, which I wholeheartedly agree with. I was a little different. This is from my flatmates. I was a little different. I absolutely loved London. As soon as I moved here, obviously I had to get my bearings, but I didn't really experience homesickness, which is actually pretty cool, that I was able to just like be okay living here by myself. But I loved it immediately because I thought it's pretty similar to New York City. Obviously this is a big city. I live in central London. It's kind of similar in that aspect, but it's a little bit slower than New York. So that's why I enjoyed it even more, because it wasn't overcrowded and really noisy. And everyone here is way nicer than people in New York City. So I just really loved it as soon as I moved here. But if you're not like me, you may experience homesickness and just overall culture shock. I definitely experienced culture shock when I came here, but I still loved it nonetheless. But you will experience homesickness, so don't expect to like love it right off the bat, okay? Unless you're weird like me. But yeah. It's impossible to avoid culture shock. No matter how much research you do ahead of time, focus on finding ways to overcome culture shock and not avoiding it. I also 100% agree with this. These are all from my flatmates, by the way, and then I'll talk about what I had on my list. Definitely, you can research as much as you want on life here in London. I know I did. I watched videos and found YouTubers, and I just like did a whole bunch of research on what life was like. Yeah, it'll give you the basis of it, but you won't know until you're living it, you know? And obviously being an American in England, yes, we speak the same language, but it's still that language barrier. Some things I say, they will take it another way, and some things that they say I won't understand because I'm not from here. So just, and the food and just different etiquette, you know, it's always, it's a huge culture shock. And you obviously, as time went on, we were able to like understand things, but don't expect to like be fine, you know, because as soon as you're like, oh, let me give you a tip, they'll be like, why are you giving me a tip? You know, like it's certain things like that, because they don't do that here. It's not part of their culture. They don't do tips or just little things like that. So do research, yes, but don't expect your research to be exactly how London is, okay? Because the city is very different from how it is on paper, you know? So yeah, just expect culture shock. Don't try and just like ignore it and avoid it. Just like let it happen, you know? You won't be able to do everything you want to do. Identify a few things you really want to do and then go with the flow, and don't worry about checking off every item on your list. You'll probably end up doing things you didn't even know to plan for, which I also agree with. I made my London bucket list. I had like 4 or 5 things that I genuinely wanted to do while here, and it was the most basic touristy things you could ever think of. I literally wanted to go to Big Ben, see the London Eye. I wanted to go to a soccer game, which I did. I went to see Manchester United play in Manchester, which was absolutely so fun. I wanted to see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Being a Harry Potter fan, I wanted to watch this play so bad, so we went. And I also wanted to visit the Harry Potter studio tour, which I also did. So I literally had 5 things on there that I was like, this is a necessity. I need to do this now. And obviously while I was here, I was like, oh, I should do this, oh, I should do that, and my list grew. But as time went on, I got busier. I had school, I have other plans and trips planned. I couldn't get to everything, so sorry for the lighting change. filming this without like a ring light or anything. But yeah, don't expect to get everything on your list done, because you will just simply run out of time. You will just, unless you're staying here indefinitely, then yeah, make your list. Just like plan that out. But if you're here for a semester like I am, don't expect to get everything done, you know, because you're gonna be being pulled every which way. You're gonna try to do everything that's like kind of spur in the moment type things, and you won't be able to do the stuff that you planned on doing in the future, if that makes sense. Like, you know, I prioritized doing spur of the moment things over doing the things on my list. I knew I was gonna see the London Eye and Big Ben eventually. I knew I was gonna like go to a game. I knew I was gonna do these things eventually. I just didn't like set in stone, this is the day I go, this is the day I do this, you know? So make a list. If you don't get to everything on the list, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. You can always come back. But yeah, I do recommend making a list. Maybe like a 4 or 5 lists, 4 or 5 like little checklists, and just celebrate the little wins of just doing random stuff here. Because like I did a lot of random stuff that I didn't like realize I was gonna do here, and I feel like those are better memories than the ones that I planned, you know? So yeah. Oh, this last one is funny. So keep a record of your time abroad. Write in a journal, make a vlog, or anything. The time goes by so quickly and it's impossible to remember all the wonderful experiences, which I obviously agree with. I decided to vlog my entire experience here. Not my entire experience, but the main part of my experience here. And I feel like I'm gonna look back on these vlogs and just absolutely love it, because I've had the time of my life. These have been the best 4 months of my life. I've learned so much about myself. I learned so much about the UK. Like, I knew nothing about this place. I only knew the like stereotypes and the surface level stuff, and I got to actually immerse myself in the culture, and it was actually really, really, really nice. I feel like I just got here, honestly. I feel like just got here and I've been here for 3 years, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's just weird. The time went by super fast, and I'm super glad that I was able to document my time here. And yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with my flatmates. Write it down, take pictures, make a photo album, you know, scrapbook it, or just vlog, you know, take videos. You don't even have to post it on YouTube. Just do it for yourself and remember your time here. Because like, these are memories that I will never forget, but it will be also nice to look back on these vlogs and be like, oh my god, like, yeah, like I did that, like, anyway, yeah. Now onto my list. Oh, I wish I knew the London tube etiquette. Coming here, I didn't know that there was like a certain like way to act on the tube. So this also plays into my next one, is learning American stereotypes. I wish I knew what they thought of us before coming here, because once we got here, my professors were like, yeah, the American stereotypes are that you guys are just like really loud, and you guys are obviously have this like kind of god complex, and you're not that nice, and like blah 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 blah. And I'm like, wait, what? And sure enough, everyone here kind of talks at a volume that's kind of low, and you could tell who's American. Like in certain places that we would visit, you could just hear people in my class over everyone else because our volume is just kind of louder than everyone else's. It's not like we're trying to purposely yell or be obnoxious. It's just that our volume is higher than everyone else's here in England, and it's just kind of like, what? Like, I never noticed that. But it plays into tube etiquette. In the tubes, I wish I knew that on the escalators, you have to stand on the right side of the stairs. Because on the left side, that's where everyone like speed walks up and down. So if you're standing on the left side, you're gonna get a yell, like you're gonna be like, come on, move, like kind of like, they're not gonna yell at you, but they're gonna be like, excuse me, like move. And it's kind of like, oh, sorry. There are signs, but if you're like unaware like me, you're gonna get yelled at. So I wish I knew that. I wish I knew not to talk on the tubes. I think the first few times that I got on the tube, my friends and I, we were just talking at our normal volume, and everyone was kind of like looking at us. I didn't know on the tubes, everyone's kind of like silent, you know? which is kind of weird. Everyone just like has their earbuds in, or reading a book or the newspaper, or talking low, or not talking at all. And I wish I knew that. I really do. I really wish I knew that. Yeah. I wish I knew the currency, but specifically the coins before I came here. Okay, that might be weird. You're probably like, duh, you should learn it. But you, like, in the moment when you're trying to find the coins will look like American coins. And you're like, oh, this is a dime. When in reality, it's not. It's like, I don't know. It's like, it just like throws your mind for a loop. Obviously, the pounds, like notes, you'll know. But the little coins, I wish I knew ahead of time. Just recommend brushing up on that. Again, bucket list of everything that you want to do here in the city. If you're able to travel around the UK or just around Europe, definitely write down the places that you want to go to. I knew beforehand I really wanted to go to Ireland for St. Patrick's Day because we had break. I was able to do that. So just write a list of the places that you want to go to. Give me the most random places to do like for a day, you know, just write them down. But I wish I knew to do that ahead of time. I just kind of did it like spur of the moment, like, oh, I want to go here. And then I had to plan it out, you know, so do that. I wish I knew the thrifting here was gonna be immaculate. Oh my gosh. The thrifting here is so cheap and just so nice. It's insane. Like, I didn't know that I would be spending so much money on clothes and have to like almost buy another duffel bag to ship my clothes home. It's insane. Like, I bought so many good places, like from Shoreditch and Brick Lane, and then going to Notting Hill, like Portobello Market, and just like all the different markets. So good. If you are into fashion, this is the place for you. Go thrifting here in London. They have such great finds. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that's just it. I didn't want to make this video too long. If you want to know anything else that I wish I knew, or just tips and advice about moving here and just studying abroad here, please let me know. But yeah, that's what I wish I knew. There's probably so many things that I wish I knew beforehand, but yeah, I just had an amazing time, and I wish everyone has the opportunity to study abroad, not even just here in London, but anywhere in the world. Genuinely was the best decision of my life. And yeah, I'm so sad that I have to leave, but all good things must come to an end, and I'm ready to go home. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it wasn't too long. Hopefully I wasn't rambling too much and you guys understood what I was trying to get across. But those are just some things that I wish I knew beforehand. Some things that my flatmates wish they knew beforehand. But yeah, I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you in, I guess, the last video. Yeah, bye guys.